Cloaked didn't start from where we are today, which is a solution to bring privacy to all parts of digital technology. We started from a problem statement of what is going to be the next wave of technology and how are people going to interface with it.
When Arjun and I first started talking about Cloaked, it wasn't Cloaked. So it was a company. Arjun had this idea of a private box in every person's room, and that information belonged solely to them. And then that box could communicate and translate all personal data, at the ready with any particular company.
After I did this effort on trying to get all my data in one spot, I realized that I think I was onto something. Security privacy is a big deal, and the first person I spoke to, I knew I had to validate my idea, was my brother. And when we actually started talking about it, he always usually tells me my ideas suck, or that this thing won't work. And it's always a good litmus test for me. And when I pitched him what we're trying to approach for Cloaked, and it wasn't even called Cloaked at the time, he said this idea actually might work.
It was kind of like this superpower that you could control your personal info and where it goes. So he came up with the quintessential empowering feeling of how you could be in public, in private, and that was this idea of an invisibility cloak.
And what we realized a few years ago was that everything that's going to be interfacing with you from a data perspective is going to want to know more and more and more and more.
We got our first check, and our investors thought we'd spend a few months building a Cloaked, but then within 30 days, we had an MVP and prototype working, and we got to show that they were surprised at the speed, and we were just obsessed. So we're working every day, day in, day out.
So we came up with our first product, which was actually a Chrome extension. And we still have the Chrome extension today. With one click, you could autofill and populate brand new personalized information just for that one company.
We had an idea that we wanted people, as they're browsing online, to have very little friction in their experience, but make it possible for them to not give up their information. Our first designs, we would wing it ourselves with no designer. Just little whiteboard drawings with squares and circles that we had and translate it.
And we said, okay, October, we're gonna be GA. We told the whole company on a Friday. Nobody was prepared for us letting everyone know. We just kind of dropped it, the whole company. And nobody pushed back. They were just like, okay, we're gonna do that. So we ended up making product on product of the day, product of the week, product of the month. And I think we were like third product of the year, but it was a lot of fun, and we made it, and we hit it at the end, and we actually blew the other team out of the water, like the other company.
Me and Arjun fundraised our first few million directly out of our childhood bedrooms. And I remember we were on the phone with, one of these top funds, and I don't know what it was, but my mother really, really needed to get our attention. So she's screaming from the top of her voice from the ground floor, telling us to come down, while we're actively negotiating for like $1-2 million to round our seed round.
It's exciting now that we have more than 250,000 customers. It's because we have been really focused on how do we combine technology with a business that can scale. And I think that's always been and a business that can scale requires people, good process, good structure. And those three things you have to keep evolving. It's never a constant, we cracked it type of thing.